Hello! Welcome to For You Roulette News Edition. We've done a couple of these ABC News commentaries. Anytime it gets a little spicy, just put on the mute button. ABC's been kind enough to let me commentate over them, so Disney's a good company. I'd like to say thank you for Disney for allowing me to do this. I also would like to thank all of you at YouTube and the new CEO for allowing me to have a channel. Next, let's get into the news, guys. This would be just Fag Out Matthew Kreklau, News Roulette number 3 or 4. See what's going on in the news, guys. It looks like I heard some good intel that says that looks like some people from Ukraine's side may have got onto the Russian side, almost actually successfully assassinated Putin. So it's just crazy, guys.
Have a number of NATO allies. Lindsay?
And thank you. 4 more people have been arrested and charged in the country's deadliest smuggling attempt.
Okay, so 4 more arrests in a smuggling attempt?
Were found dead in an abandoned tractor trailer.
I believe this is in America along the American-U.S. border.
The men knew the tractor trailer they were using did not have a working AC unit. And
okay, so some people, some dreamers tried to get in, died because there was no AC in their truck.
Life in prison if convicted.
Any death is a bad death.
College killer Brian Koberger was in court today for...
Okay, he's some scumbag who killed a bunch of people.
His own father turned him into the police. Prosecutors...
Sounds like a scumbag.
...the death penalty against Koberger for the deaths of those 4 college students. ABC's Kana Whitworth has been following the chilling murders from the start. Tonight, Brian Koberger back in court for the first time since prosecutors revealed...
Oh, that's that guy who decided to kill his friends. Yeah.
Students. With his life on the line, Koberger's defense team asking to see the evidence against him, including cell phone data and how police zeroed in on his car.
It's not a fishing expedition. There are the heightened standards now to state the file notice of intent to seek death.
Defense lawyers also want access to the genetic genealogy investigation that allegedly led them to Koberger. His team points to the fact that 3 other male
check what time it is real quick.
were found at the crime scene.
What time is it? Also give you...
It's 7:14 p.m.
Okay, that's what it is in my neck of the woods. Okay.
The state says Koberger's DNA taken from a cheek swab is a statistical
I'm still alive.
match to the DNA found on the knife sheath discovered underneath Madison Logan. Prosecutors insist they've turned...
This is ABC News Live with Lindsay Davis. Fair use! Fair use! We're talking over it, pausing it, hitting the mute button so much that it's fair use.
His cell phone when he was 19 years old. Records reviewed by ABC News show Koberger was arrested. His father alerting police that his son had struggled with drug addiction and had just left a rehab facility.
Hope you guys are enjoying the return of News Roulette. I don't know what number it is. I'm not going to go back and check. I don't have time for that.
There's a lot of evidence in this case. What
he obviously did it. Like it's really sad this guy legitimately butchered all of his friends.
Everything they can at this point. Now the FBI and the prosecution is still finalizing some.
This guy's like Norman Bates level.
And they say they hope to have all their discovery handed over to the defense by that July 14th court date that's coming up. But Lindsay, they also say that this DNA component that is getting so much attention right now, that will likely take a little bit longer. And this is now a death penalty case. How is Koberger's defense team pivoting? They're really stepping it up now, Lindsay. We're starting to hear
step in front of the camera, guys. Say hi.
With their client's life on the line here, they are demanding that they hear and see every piece of evidence that the state
I lost about 100 pounds as well. Actually, about 75. Around, I'm like 380, and it was like 450. So, Fattin Out Matthew Kreklau, we are losing weight. Or just me, I guess. I refer to myself in the 17th person.
Power over federal elections. The court's decision reaffirms the system of checks and balances as we head into the 2024 presidential election. Terry Rand covers the Supreme Court for us, and he's there tonight. Terry, tell us why this case was so significant.
Yeah, it's a big case, Lindsay, a major case in election law because it's all about...
I like this guy and Dan Abrams. They really explain it good how this court stuff works.
Federal elections, how everything from congressional districts...
I want to congratulate Dan Abrams are getting his show back. It's called Live Patrol. It's not Live PD anymore. You can find that on News Nation, WGN in Chicago, as well as if you got a cable package, I think it's Peacock or Peacock Premium, you're able to watch that. So.
Lawmakers pointed to that line in the Constitution that the Times.
But I think I just get it through. I forget how I'm going to be able to watch it. Probably going to get Peacock Premium.
That meant only state legislatures. Total power, unchecked by any governor's veto or state court ruling or election official or anything at all. Former President Trump embraced this theory, a so-called independent state legislature theory, in his attacks on the 2020 election. But today, the Supreme Court soundly rejected that theory. In a 6-3 decision, 2 Trump-appointed justices joining the majority there, Brett Kavanaugh and Amy Coney.
I gotta pick up. I have a Funko Pop on the floor.
Right before the court, reaffirming that old system of checks and balances.
Believe in love, you know.
The Constitution Court does not exempt state legislatures from any of the ordinary
gay sex summer
imposed by law. Lindsay?
Profound implications there for sure. ABC senior national correspondent Tara Moran, our thanks to you. And this is a big week for the Supreme Court, with several significant decisions yet to come before the court recesses for the summer. ABC's Devin Dwyer is tracking it all for us. Devin, the court released one other big decision today. Tell us about that case and why it's so important.
Yeah, Lindsay, it was a ruling on free speech and when making threats online could land you in jail. The First Amendment, of course, protects a lot of things, but not what are called true threats. And today the Supreme Court said that in order for threats to be punished as crimes, some degree of intent matters. This is a case that involved a convicted online stalker from Colorado, somebody named Billy Ray Counterman. He spent 4.5 years behind bars for sending hundreds of messages on Facebook to a singer-songwriter named Coles Whalen. The states convicted him based simply on the fact that some of the messages were threatening and that they harmed Whalen. There was no question about that. She felt it. But today, Justice Elena Kagan, writing for the 7-2 majority, threw out that conviction. She said it violated the First Amendment, that prosecutors going forward have to show that the defendant understood that the messages being sent were threatening and sent them anyways. So the bottom line here, Lindsay, in the significant free speech case, it raises the bar for when making threats could land you behind bars, but also could make it harder for prosecutors to track down and enforce the law against stalkers.
And as we said, there are some pretty big decisions still yet to come. Take us through those.
Yes, 7 big cases is still to be decided by the Supreme Court. Among them, LGBTQ rights and free speech. Can businesses refuse to serve LGBTQ people simply because of free speech? Big implications here for anti-discrimination laws and religious freedom. Then there's, of course, President Biden's student debt relief plan. Is it legal? $400 billion price tag, of course, but it could bring relief for up to 43 million borrowers if it stands. And the big one we're waiting for, Lindsay, is the future of affirmative action in higher education. Can colleges and universities continue to use race as one factor among many when they admit students? That's been the law of the land for more than 40 years. The Supreme Court has appeared ready to roll that back. We expect that decision this week as well.
That'll be a big one either way. So when should we expect to hear from the court next?
Thursday is the next day. All eyes on the court, 10 a.m. Thursday, Lindsay. But it's very likely they'll add another day this week, maybe Friday, maybe next week.
We'll be coming back to ABC's Devin Dwyer. Thanks so much as always.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Today, the Senate released a blistering report accusing the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security of glaring intelligence failures leading up to the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. The report says the federal agencies ignored or downplayed obvious warning signs, tips, and other intelligence calling for violence. It found the FBI suggested just hours before the assault that it was not concerned about violence. The Senate Homeland Security Chairman says the attack was, quote, planned in plain sight. An explosive new report reveals findings about the death of Jeffrey Epstein behind bars in New York City. Investigators say they discovered numerous and serious failures, suggesting that guards were negligent in Epstein's final days before he took his own life. ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katersky has the details.
Tonight, the images now released from inside notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein's jail cell, where federal authorities say he hoarded blankets, bedding, and clothing and used them to create nooses, like the one he used to hang himself in August 2019. They're part of a scathing new report from the Justice Department Inspector General. faulting the Bureau of Prisons for failing to assign Epstein a new cellmate after his original cellmate was transferred, and the guards for failing to check on him every 30 minutes like they were supposed to, leaving Epstein unmonitored and locked alone in his cell for hours before he was found dead. Security cameras that might have provided more clues were not working.
The combination of negligence, misconduct, and outright job performance failures all contributed to an environment in which arguably one of the most notorious inmates in the BOP's custody was left unmonitored and alone in his cell, providing him with the opportunity to take his own life.
The guard who discovered Epstein dangling from his bunk bed began chest compressions. His partner overheard him saying, "Breathe, Epstein, breathe," and we're going to be in so much trouble.
Aaron Kudowski joins us now from New York City. Aaron, what's the big picture that we can take away from this report?
I think this report, Lindsay, is definitive about how Jeffrey Epstein died. His death has long been the subject of unyielding conspiracy theories, but the report says there's no other possible conclusion. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. Nobody else was there. And
I'm going to say
also
impossible.
The misconduct, the negligence, and the job performance failures at this jail here behind me that's long been shuttered left Epstein's victims without any recourse. They could not pursue justice. Lindsay?
Wow.
Thanks so much, Aaron. Still much more to get to tonight on Prime.
Up in MC Island, even Whoopi Goldberg went.
Wild and dangerous crime scene. See what happened moments later.
And I shouldn't have said that, because I'm in the Disney Club or whatever, right?
Teen shot in the head and arm after
I work for YouTube, so I'm not supposed to mention Whoopi Goldberg went to MC Island. That would be against the good of the company.
Right, the door is even open. He's gonna shoot through his glass door, glass and get everywhere. That happened.
Focus, determination, drive. Some say born. Some say it lies within Jennifer's purse.
Now let's go for a 7-minute ad.
Times faster than water alone.
Not a sponsor, but a great company. Let's leave it at. They're a great company. I guess people like the people when they're drunk. It's a good company. It's available on Target.
At T-Mobile, it's in our DNA and it's every day.
Oh, a gay T-Mobile ad. Full circle on you.
That's why we are investing $1 million with the Human Rights Campaign
To support the LGBTQ plus community's access to digital literacy and financial empowerment.
Connecting people.
Thank you, T-Mobile, for the donation. I'll take it on all the packs we have.
Championing the next generation with opportunities and being your authentic self is your greatest asset.
We are stronger together.
That was nice of T-Mobile.
We believe what's better for you is better for the planet.
LGBTQ could use access to technology. That's a great donation.
Eco-organic mattress, starting at just $6.99.
Just if every trans kid could have a cell phone. Just start there, for real. That's a great start. Because a lot of them do not have access to cell phones.
Great night's sleep in reach of everyone.
That's just for my own community. Oopsie. We always have like did it turn the tablet? Okay. I love how like, hey, I proved that I could drop a Galaxy Samsung A8, which is the last ever Samsung Galaxies they're gonna make before they go to S23 tablets. So hey, I didn't crack the screen, did I? Oh, it looks like it's fuzzy. It's just because I'm on Zoom lock. I go to 2 times Zoom. I go to 1 time Zoom. There we go. It should adjust accordingly.
Welcome back, everyone.
Okay.
Robin Roberts sat down for an exclusive interview with Ralph Yarl, the teen who was shot in the head and arm.
There we go. Now it goes.
To pick up his siblings.
There we go.
The case sparked protests when it took several days for police
I'm gonna mute it
to
for a second. Yeah, the tablet did just fall, so I attest Samsung tablets do not break when they fall for at least 5 or 6 feet onto a hardwood floor.
Is sharing his story for the first time about the life that changed his life when he thought he was picking up his 11-year-old twin brothers from a friend's house.
Oh gosh, someone else getting shot every day.
What happened?
There's my gay icon Robin, let's be quiet.
Oh, I go into the driveway. I walk up the steps. I ring the doorbell. I see 3 different cameras, like one looking at the driveway, one on the porch. As far as I know, I didn't know their family at all. Like, I had never even seen their friends or their parents before, so maybe this is their house.
Ralph mistakenly going to Northeast 115th Street instead of getting his siblings from Northeast 115th Terrace, 1 block away.
I actually wait a long time.
That mistake deserves you to get shot almost to death. Of course not!
I see this old man, and I'm assuming, oh, this must be like their grandpa. And then he pulls out his gun.
I just put my Mountain Dew on the table. Diet Mountain Dew! It exists, it's terrible for you, but might as well get some caffeine in you before you crash. Diet Mountain Dew. Kind of a sponsor in a way.
Actually gonna shoot, right? The door is even open. These stone glasses and get everywhere.
Diet Mountain Dew. Let it in your body, be ashamed 10 minutes later.
I fall on the glass. The shattered glass, and then before I know it, I'm running away, shouting, help me.
Ralph says he ran to multiple homes until someone answered his plea for help.
I was bleeding from my head. I was like, how is this possible? Like,
Did you ever see that, Nick?
You done got shot in the face. Mainly for being black, but also for going to the wrong house. Mashugana.
He said 5 words. Don't come here ever again.
His mom, Cleo, concerned when her son never returned back home.
I was worried already that maybe he had gotten a flat tire or something. And then we got a call from a strange number, and it was the police stating that they had him.
What were the doctors initially telling you, Cleo?
They didn't have to tell me anything. I'm a healthcare worker. He was partially alert when we got there, but it wasn't a pleasant sight. It was traumatizing.
Shot twice, once in the head and arm, by 84-year-old Andrew Lester. In the aftermath, protests sweeping the streets of Kansas City after it took 4 days for police to file first-degree assault charges.
Wow.
The shooter remains out on bond, telling investigators he thought Ralph was a burglar and that he was scared to death when the team came to his door. Lester, who has entered a not guilty plea, shooting twice within seconds of opening the home's main door, saying he was protecting himself. Lester's attorney telling GMA in part that the court prohibits him from discussing the case, but that he's looking forward to the upcoming preliminary hearing.
As someone who's not a sponsor, I want to thank Lego Company. I don't know if Lego is owned by I'm probably owned by a bigger company, but I just want to thank Lego because I've been doing a little bit of adult Legoing, and it's a lot of fun. So, unofficial sponsor of the episode is Lego. Official sponsors of the show include Robinhood. I'm going to put the link back in the description. So probably Robinhood eventually, maybe in a day or so, will be sponsoring this video. Spotify AB, American Division, because I'm going to be doing that podcast soon. So they're kind of like an unofficial sponsor. Walmart in general, Cash App. That'll probably be it for this video. You also will notice that the channel gets a lot of, and I'm very proud of this, it gets a lot of Better Health ads. And that's without me even pushing it. So BetterHelp is definitely sponsoring this channel. If you need a therapist, BetterHelp.com. BetterHelp. You go to the website. You pay, I believe, $35 per visit, which is how much it costs to have a professional do it. So BetterHelp is a professional as well. You might be feeling down and out. You might be feeling, I got the COVID blues. I got agoraphobia. I can't even walk 5 minutes out of my house without me wanting to scratch the little bugs that live inside my skin. Whether you're on meth or not, I don't know. But all I know for you is go to BetterHelp.com and get yourself a therapist, baby.
Yeah. His twin brothers there.
Which I'm super proud they're sponsoring the channel without sending me an email. You guys at BetterHelp.com are the bomb.com, baby. Oh, One China! Oh, I'm sorry. It's a 19 minutes in. It's our One China show. One China!
As a passionate band kid, playing his clarinet brings
oh no! You know what? I take it back. He plays clarinet. I was tuba. He should have got shot.
helping uplift him during the difficult days.
No, I'm obviously joking. Obviously joking. No, I'm glad this kid's alive. Alto clarinet. That's pretty cool.
So you can play.
Just
dreams of pursuing a
Robin's
career
like,
in chemical engineering.
you got the music in you, sir.
Family. Well,
That was just, honestly, it sounds like my own accent. So I guess me being 6% black, it came out in that impersonation. Oh my goodness. You would also notice my voice is quite lower. I went through puberty and found out I was trans all in the same month. So you call it a mulligan, I call it Happy Jewish Month. To the trans community and to the LGBT community, this is the only episode coming out all of Pride Month. I want all of you guys to know I'm more than an ally. I'm part of the community. I am gay, and it's hard to even, come out as that. But I challenge anyone who's in the LGBT community to come out before the end of the month and just see how much better it will get for you. But I understand that some of those in this challenge might need to wait a year, wait 2 years because of their living situation. But once you come out of that closet, the glass ceiling will throw you a parade. All I can promise is it does get better. Thank you guys.
Next, if it feels like announcing as many
So we got another ad crawl, guys. I think that's going to be the episode. This episode was super chill. Disney did most of the work. So what am I going to say? Thank you for coming to ABC. I fucking forgot the name of my own show. Thank you for coming to Fatting Around with Matthew Kreklau. This is episode about... So look how, I think my own voice is modulated. Did my balls drop during the episode? Probably. But unofficial sponsors on the TV right now. But thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring the episode of the entire channel. Thank you to Spotify IB. Thank you to Walmart. Thank you to Walmart Robinhood Crypto Division. And also Robinhood Cash App Division. So pretty much it's just a big Walmart family. Sponsors we're hoping to get is Audible sponsorships. But that would be you get a code to get a free month off Audible. That is in the works. I'm going to have to start a new account on that. And hopefully we can get sponsored by Audible by July, guys. So also there's going to be a link in the description for my Patreon. Nobody subscribes to it. But there's going to be a lot of stuff on there. Once people start subscribing, there'll be an exclusive podcast every week. There'll be my notes. You'll get to look at my original songwriting notes for my album Gothic Asylum. Guys, please keep listening to Gothic Asylum. Please keep listening to Digital Delirium Part 1 and Part 2 Towel Boys. I believe Part 2 just got called Absent Void for the whole thing. You guys, I appreciate it. I appreciate Phineas for helping to do some of the back end on my channel. Just in the behind the scenes, I appreciate Phineas from Apple Music. I also appreciate any YouTube producers, adjunct or otherwise, who are taking on this channel. And it's an amazingly huge amount of bandwidth it puts on YouTube. I would like to thank the new CEO of YouTube. And of course, Suzanne Wojcicki for allowing this channel to still exist. Thank you to my friends and family, extended family as well, for being my rock. And that would be a new episode of For You Roulette. I made myself a sandwich. I got some cheese. I showed my Mountain Dew. We're gonna let one more news cycle come in and just let ABC News Live play us out. Luckily, the ads were a little too bright I don't like to give free ad revenue, but I guess I'll give a free plug to Roku, which is also a Walmart company now, I believe. Roku, I think, is the best way for a family to watch entertainment. If you're alone, I would get a Google TV. I get an Android TV. But if you want something with you have kids, and you do not want them accessing you-know-what, not even going to say the dirty words, but I did say it was gay sex summer, so I guess, you know what I mean? You know, the bumping uglies of the night. You don't want your kids to figure out how to watch that, so get a Roku. It used to have Pornhub on it. It no longer does. So I will tell you, there is no way to get pornography on this device. It's a great device to allow your kids to search what they want and then spend the least amount possible to insatiate their insatiable need for television, apps, and a bunch of shit. Also, I'll tell you, if your kid's a weeaboo and likes Pokemon and Naruto and all that crap, they can just search their show, and then you can just get them the $1.99 Crunchyroll subscription for 1 month and have them leave you alone. Hulu Plus. Have them leave you alone and say you have enough anime this month. Okay, so that's my weird plug to Hulu. Now let's let Lindsay Davis play us out.
Here's a closer look by the numbers.
Okay, one more story! What is it?
38.9 years
It
old in
is
2022, so
38.9 is what?
you are literally middle-aged.
38.9, you're middle-aged? I am not middle-aged! Let's all just keep fatting around with no surround sound. Oh, I wanna fat around with you. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. And sponsored by a little company named Walmart. Bye, guys.